hang the star upon the tree, it's Christmas again. Candy canes for you and me, it's Christmas again. With jingle bells and pine tree smells and peace on earth to men. I actually don't know the rest of that song, but anyway. Hello friends and welcome to Season 2 of Nostalgia Talk Christmas Bonus. So let me explain what that means if you're new here. Last year I did a few little Christmas retrospectives of some rather obscure Christmas productions like movies, TV episodes, specials, you know, whatever. It was stuff that people wouldn't necessarily know about, like not stuff like Elf, the Grinch, Home Alone, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Charlie Brown, Christmas Story, because there's honestly so much you could say about those ones because they're so classic. So I decided to think of some Christmas productions that people wouldn't necessarily know about. And even last year, when I was doing them, I thought to myself, you know, there's still a lot more than just those ones. So I decided to do more of them. And so this is episode number 1, with Christmas being about a month away. So for episode number 1, I am going to be talking about Elmo Saves Christmas. Also, if you're wondering who this is, don't worry, we'll get to that eventually. So, another Sesame Street Christmas one. Last year I did Christmas Eve on Sesame Street. This year it's Elmo Saves Christmas. Now, for a special like that, it kind of gives away what the plot's about in a very subtle kind of way. But at the same time, it's very, very eye-opening for whoever's watching. Like, okay, well, how does Elmo save Christmas? So the story starts with Maya Angelou, the one and only Maya Angelou, around a Christmas tree with some kids and the Sesame Street Muppets, Baby Bear, Telly Monster, and Zoe. And everyone's just really, really happy that it's Christmas time. Baby Bear singing, "Porridge roasting on an open fire." The man does love his porridge. Zoe was saying, "I really love the Christmas tree." Baby Bear's like, "Yeah, and I love the toys under the Christmas tree." And Telly saying, "You know what? I wish it was Christmas every day." And Maya Angelou's like, "Well, didn't Elmo ever tell you about the time that he saved Christmas? And then almost lost it again?" Now that's also very, very eye-opening for the viewer, who's probably thinking, huh? So Elmo saves Christmas. So first of all, how does he save Christmas and almost lost it again? Well, that's interesting. And so Maya starts the story by saying, it all began on a Christmas Eve on Sesame Street. Christmas Eve on Sesame Street, just like the special I talked about last year. But anyway, different special. So everyone on Sesame Street is really, really happy that it's Christmas Eve, on Sesame Street. I'm gonna stop now and keep going. Bob, Gina, and a band called 14 Karat Soul, and if you guys don't know who 14 Karat Soul is, they were an R&B group who did a lot of stuff for Sesame Street. They kind of remind me of Boyz II Men, and I'm a pretty big Boyz II Men fan. You can check out a song that 14 Karat Soul did on Sesame Street if you just click right there. And if you're a big Sesame Street fan, you'll probably be like, oh, yeah, those guys. So Bob, Gina, and 14 Karat Soul, they're walking around Sesame Street, kind of like parading around, singing the song that I actually just started with, you know? Hang the star upon the tree, it's Christmas again, which is the name of the song, it's Christmas again. And, you know, Elmo's at Hooper's store, and Mr. Hanford, who at the time was running Hooper's store. This was after Mr. Hooper, this was after David, and before Alan, who's the current Hooper store runner and the one that I grew up with, and he's still the Hooper store runner today. Mr. Hanford gives Elmo a big plate of cookies for Santa Claus, and on the way home, Elmo says to the viewer, I know I usually do imitations of a lot of the Sesame Street Muppets, but Elmo is one that I really do suck at, but even though it's terrible, I'm gonna give it a try. Even though it's gonna be terrible. So, he says to the viewer, Elmo's going to stay up and wait for Santa. Elmo will not fall asleep, not like last year. And on the way home, he runs into Cookie Monster. Probably not the best person to come across when you have a big plate of cookies. So, Cookie Monster notices the cookies and is like, those cookies too big for little monster like you to carry. Let me eat a few and lighten your load. And Elmo's like, no, these cookies are for Santa. So Cookie Monster says, oh, okay, why you not say so? They're for Santa Claus. Okay, and then leaves and comes back in a beard and hat, dressed as Santa. And he's like, ho, ho, ho. Me doing matinee later. Ho, ho, ho. And couple of ha-has. And Elmo, I'm pleased to say, Elmo is not stupid. He does not fall for it, and he's like, no, you're not Santa, you're a Cookie Monster. And everyone else is celebrating Christmas their way. Oscar, of course, is like, oh, great, it's only just once a year, thank God. And Grover's selling Christmas trees. And Grover's got quite the resume. Waiter, plumber, elevator operator, superhero, Christmas tree salesman. So many things that Grover has done on Sesame Street. That's pretty impressive. So yeah, Christmas tree salesman. And Snuffy is going to Cincinnati to spend Christmas with his grandmother. And Big Bird's a little sad by that. And Snuffy's like, well, it's only just for one day. And Big Bird says, oh yeah, you'll be back home the day after Christmas. So Elmo falls asleep in front of the TV watching It's a Wonderful Life. There's quite a few appearances of It's a Wonderful Life in this special, actually, and quite a few It's a Wonderful Life jokes. So yeah, you'll definitely hear some of that. And he's awoken by a sound, and he wakes up and sees someone stuck in the chimney. It's Santa. And he asks Elmo to pull him out, and successfully manages to do that. And Santa says to Elmo, do you know how long I've been going down chimneys? Since before you were born, and I never got stuck. Now, in this special, Charles Durning played Santa in a very curmudgeonly style way. So, upon noticing that he got stuck in the chimney, Santa's like, what's wrong with the sack? And he finds that there's actually someone in it. Lightning, described by Santa as a reindeer in training and a stowaway. This new Muppet was performed by Muppet performer and writer Joey Mazzarino, and Lightning was like, oh, I want to pull Santa's sleigh one day, you know, I really feel like I can do it. And Santa says to Lightning, no. You know, if I got stuck in that chimney all night, you know what would happen? There would be no Christmas because of you. As for you, Elmo, you are a furry little hero, because when you pulled me out of the chimney, you saved Christmas for every kid. And so, I'm going to give you a special Christmas present. So Santa gives Elmo a choice. A pink bear, or a magic snow globe. And Elmo kind of decides for the pink bear, and Santa says, well, with the globe, you get 3 wishes. Well, that tempts Elmo. So he picks the globe, and he says, how does it work? Santa says, well, shake it and say Blitzen. So Elmo makes his first wish, a glass of water. Honestly, that's not a bad wish, you know? He probably was thirsty. So Santa leaves, and Elmo says, you've got 2 wishes left. Don't waste them. And that's how Elmo saved Christmas. I'm kidding. There's more to the special than that. It doesn't just end there. So, the very next day, it's Christmas Day, and Elmo's really, really happy about it. He sees everyone having fun, and, you know, not working, not going to school, and even gets some gifts from Gordon, Carlo, also one of the humans at this time, and Rosita. And Elmo's like, everyone's always so happy on Christmas. Elmo wishes it was Christmas every day. And then he realizes, wait a minute, I can wish it was Christmas every day. So, with the snow globe, makes the wish, and nothing really happens. Elmo's like, where's Christmas every day? Mind you, it is still Christmas Day, so nothing really probably changed. So everyone at Hooper's store is watching It's a Wonderful Life, and then the movie's interrupted by a news break, and Kermit the Frog announces that the next day, it will be Christmas again! And while he's reporting on this, one of the funniest things to come out of this is that a man comes up to him and he's like, hey Frog, my kid wants a microphone for Christmas, I'll give you $50 for yours! Kermit's like, you want it wrapped? Nope. And the reporter drags Kermit off the scene. You know what I just thought of? The kid probably, maybe, aspires to want to become a news reporter, and Kermit is probably one of his heroes. Can you imagine that if the dad's like, here you go, a microphone, and here's the report it was attached to. Oh my god, it's Kermit the Frog. That would be really cool. So Elmo's happy, it's Christmas again. The Count looks at the camera and he goes, Christmas again! That makes 2 Christmases! And Mr. Hanford's like, well, I've got some shopping to do. Wait. Were stores even open? The city that Kermit was reporting in looked like there were actually people still shopping. Huh. Interesting. Meanwhile, at the North Pole, the elves are on their vacation, and then suddenly the toy machine starts rebooting again, and they're like, wait, what's happening? And they realize, it's Christmas again. So they go to Santa and explain, it's Christmas again. Did you give someone 3 wishes? And Santa's like, you know what? I did. And so he's like, hitch up a reindeer. And the elves explain, last night was pretty tough. The reindeer are all sleeping. Santa's like, it's an emergency. There's got to be someone. Their only option, believe it or not, lightning. And Santa gives in and goes to Sesame Street with lightning. And they come across Elmo. And Santa explains to Elmo, you can't have Christmas every day. And Elmo's like, yeah, you can. You can just have Christmas today, and then the next day, and the next day after that. You know, nobody goes to school, nobody works, and Santa's like, no, Christmas every day is a bad idea. He gives a few reasons for it. For one thing, it's better to wait for something and have it once a year. Fair enough, honestly. Second reason, nobody works at Christmas. So, if people don't work, he words it as who's going to make the stuff that we need. The way I think of it is, you know, if nobody works, nobody gets anything done. And if kids don't go to school, how are they going to learn the alphabet? So Santa sings Elmo a little song. Every day can't be Christmas. That wouldn't be such a treat. You can get tired of chocolate candy when that's all you eat. Hey, I'll admit I'm no Michael Bublé or Johnny Mathis, but I still was trying. So Elmo still really wants Christmas every day, and Santa explains, okay, I want you to see what it is that you've wished for. So he assigns lightning to pull a sleigh, especially for Elmo, to take him to the future, because lightning could travel faster than time. Hey, this is like Sesame Street doing a take on Back to the Future, but Christmas related. So, first stop, Sesame Street in springtime while it's Christmas every day. And, you know, everyone's, you know, a little happy still that it's Christmas every day. Grover's still selling Christmas trees, most specifically to his regular customer, Mr. Johnson. And Grover looks at the camera while he's pulling a Christmas tree, and he's like, Christmas every day has got to stop! I guess that would be exhausting, getting Christmas trees every day. So Maria, Luis, and Gabby, you know, the Fix-It shop's not in business. And they're like, oh, with all this Christmas stuff, who has time to work? And, you know, so yeah. Christmas in springtime, not exactly a problem. But Elmo forgot about one thing. The other holidays. Sure, Christmas is great, but what about the other holidays? It's springtime, meaning Easter. And so they hear a voice going, eggs! Eggs for sale! Eggs! And it's a man dressed as a rabbit, wearing a Christmas hat, and Elmo and Lightning go over to the park where this rabbit is, and it's like, who are you? I'm the Christmas bunny. And Elmo's like, no you're not, you're the Easter bunny. And the Easter bunny in this one was played by the very funny Harvey Fierstein. And the bunny explains, okay, yeah, that's right, I am the Easter bunny, but it's my holiday right now, and it's Christmas every day. So I'm just selling Christmas eggs, really Easter eggs, but with a Christmas theme because it's Christmas every day. So the Easter Bunny sings a little song about having Easter at Christmas time. It went like a, buy a friend an Easter egg for Christmas. I actually just watched this special, and some of the song lyrics aren't exactly, you know, sticking in my memory, but this one was really, really funny. It's like, what do you do with an eggs? Oh, you could roll them on the White House lawn. He had lyrics, you could make a pie with it. You could make an eye with it. You could name it Fred. Hi, Fred. Or break it on your head. You can touch your toes with it. You could smell a rose with it. You could make a nose with it. So, what's the verdict on Christmas in springtime? Not bad. Everyone still seems a little bit happy. Next stop, Christmas in July. So the lyrics for It's Christmas Again this time have kind of been altered. Happy Independence Day, it's Christmas again. Fix-It shop is still, you know, not in business. Grover's run out of Christmas trees, so he's selling a coat rack that's decorated like a Christmas tree. At this point, everyone's going kind of crazy from it. Mr. Johnson gets bonked by the coat rack, and he's like, I wish it would stop being Christmas every day! You can say that again. Okay, I wish it would stop being Christmas every day. I thought you might say that again. Meanwhile, Big Bird, you know, he's writing letters to Snuffy. Only one problem. It's Christmas every day. Post office doesn't run on Christmas, so he can't mail them. And he's basically writing the same thing. I miss you. And there's nothing on TV but It's a Wonderful Life. So Big Bird's like, how about I give Snuffy a call? And it gets sent to voicemail. This was on one of those old I shouldn't say old. An old cordless phone. He calls him on the phone and it just sends him to voicemail, and Big Bird leaves a message in the song, I don't want anything that you pull on a string. All I want for Christmas is you. Not to be confused with the Mariah Carey song, different, song. But anyway, so Oscar's happy because everyone's starting to get a little bit miserable. And Maria is just upset because she wants to start working again. And there's like piles and piles of toasters and waffle irons in front of the fix-it shop. So at this point, nobody's really happy with the fact that it's Christmas every day. It's getting kind of old. So Elmo devises a little plan. Go to the actual Christmas day a year after it's been Christmas every day, because everyone will be happy. Boy, was Elmo wrong. Sesame Street looks very, very run down, and there's nobody going out because it's, Christmas every day. At this point, it's tiring. Grover no longer has any Christmas trees. Like, he's yelling, Christmas trees for sale, 25 cents! And Mr. Johnson's like, wait, there's Christmas trees for sale, only 25 cents? Oh, no. I do not have any Christmas trees. Don't you know that now they are an endangered species? Well, why did you say Christmas trees for sale, only 25 cents? Oh, that is because I am selling the sign that says Christmas trees for sale for only 25 cents. And even the Count is sick of it. Elmo and Lightning come across the Count, and it's like, yes, what used to be the actual Christmas day, December 25th, 365 Christmases, and I am tired of counting them. Wow, that's a shock. The Count being tired of counting something. That never happens. I once saw that guy get to like 2,000 of something. Never bothered him at all. He kept looking right away for something to count. So the Count shows Elmo and Lightning around, and there's Bob, Gina, and 14 Karat Soul trying to sing It's Christmas Again, but because they sang it every day, it was too much, and they lost their voices. And Elmo's like, well, what's happening? And the Count says, my friend, when it's Christmas every day, Christmas is no longer special. Now that's a very good point, actually, because, you get really, really excited on Christmas Day, and then when it's Christmas every day, it just feels like the same old thing. Meanwhile, Luis is closing down the Fix-It shop forever, because it's Christmas every day, and that means that they can't work. And Big Bird's like, I'm never going to see Snuffy again. He's actually crying because he's not going to be able to see his best friend again. That's all he wants, to see his best friend again. Me too. So Elmo says, well, what are you going to do if you can't run the Fix-It shop? That honestly, I hate to be rude, but that honestly is probably the smartest thing that Elmo has ever said in this entire special after the Christmas Everyday thing. This is probably, yeah, because that's true. The Fix-It shop, no longer business because they can't work on Christmas with it being Christmas every day. Yeah, that's a good question. So Elmo sings again, Every Day Can't Be Christmas, and then in walks Santa, who explains, I'm going to be retiring and going to Florida. Lightning's like, wait, you mean you're not going to be delivering Christmas presents anymore? Santa explains, I can't go down chimneys every night. It's tiring. And no one seems to care about Christmas. Wow, this is sad. And Elmo's like, but what are you going to do? Santa's like, well, if I had a wish, I'd wish for things to be the way they used to be. So Santa leaves, and Elmo's like, wait, who's got a wish? Lightning reminds him, you do. You have one wish left. So Elmo decides that he wants to make the wish with all of his friends present. So he calls everyone on Sesame Street to come over. And Elmo says, the reason that it's Christmas every day is because I made the wish, and I have one wish left, and I was going to wish for rollerblades, but I think I'm going to wish for everything to be the way it was. Oscar says, go for the rollerblades! Maria's like, don't listen to him. Wish for things to be the way that they were. Please. Yes, please. Big Bird, please so I can see Snuffy. 2 pleases, Bob. Please. 3 pleases. So, Elmo makes the wish, but he wishes so hard that the snow globe falls out of his hand and breaks. And Luis goes, it's Christmas. Forever. Big Bird's like, oh, bye, Snuffy. So, yeah, everyone's kind of sad because now they're stuck. Actually, there's a really funny... I said there was some It's a Wonderful Life jokes in this. Before I get to the next part of the special, there's a moment in this scene where the Fix-It shop, there's like a TV at the Fix-It shop that's showing It's a Wonderful Life. Now, for years, it's been rumored that Bert and Ernie from Sesame Street were named after characters from It's a Wonderful Life. Now, I remember Elmo Saves Christmas from when I was a kid, and to be honest, I didn't watch It's a Wonderful Life as a kid. I have watched it. It is a very, very well done film. And of course, a Christmas classic. And so Bert and Ernie are walking by the Fix-It shop with the TV on that has It's a Wonderful Life. And they're watching one scene in particular, which is, Bert, Ernie, you guys were at my wedding night. And when I was a kid, I actually thought that the person on TV was actually talking to Bert and Ernie. And so Bert and Ernie look at the camera like, what the hell? I saw a stage production of It's a Wonderful Life a few years ago. And I still remember reading the program, Bert, Ernie, and so I was kind of anticipating, you know, that, because I would have been thinking of that. Actually, I think it was the role of Ernie in It's a Wonderful Life that was played by somebody that I know, so that was pretty cool. But anyway, so Elmo feels kind of guilty over the fact that he has now made it Christmas permanently by breaking the snow globe, by accident, of course, and is like, how can I make everything back the way it used to be? Remember, lightning is so fast that he brought them to the future. So Elmo decides, you can bring us back to the day it all happened, and Elmo will wish for the pink bear! And so, it works. Elmo's back on that Christmas day, and Santa says, do you want a pink bear or a snow globe? Elmo picks the pink bear, but Santa's like, or, better yet, this Moo Bunny, which if you don't know what a Moo Bunny is, because the elves have been so exhausted from building toys every freaking day, the machine kind of mixed everything up and made a rabbit and a cow. I almost said rabbit and a bunny. A rabbit and a cow together, so it was called a Moo Bunny. And, you know, the same happened again, and it was like, it's a cabbit. You know, cow, rabbit. Clever. So, yeah. That's how Elmo Saves Christmas, and everyone joins in on Sesame Street to sing the very classic Sesame Street Christmas song, Keep Christmas with You all through the year, and then that ends the special. And you know what really makes me laugh is, and I noticed this as a kid, I'm such a nerd. The background appearance of the somewhat forgotten, but obscure, let's say, the obscure Sesame Street Muppet Forgetful Jones, and over the credits you can see Forgetful Jones and Cookie Monster talking. Kind of makes me wonder what they were talking about. I mean, Forgetful probably forgot anyway. So, not only did they do a special Elmo Saves Christmas, I actually was just showing this to a friend of mine the other day, but they did a CD called Elmo Saves Christmas. I was just at Value Village earlier this week, and I found it, and I bought it. And in it, it's all of the Sesame Street Muppets doing Christmas carols. There's Sleigh Ride, done by Bert, Ernie, Elmo, Grover, the Count, Big Bird, and many others. Elmo doing Rockin' Around the Christmas Tree, I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. Jingle Bell Rock with Hoots. There's actually an original song on here called Elmo Saves Christmas. I actually listened to this on the way back from Value Village, and it was a cute album to listen to. Big Bird and Snuffy doing Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Oh my god! They actually used to play that when I was in my class when I was a little bit younger, single digits. But I do remember that. There's the Count doing Let It Snow with the Countess. Prairie Dawn doing Oh Christmas Tree. Blue Christmas done by Grover, Cookie Monster, and Harry, my favorite. Blue Christmas done by Blue Monsters, that's clever. And of course, It's Christmas Again, that's on here as well. I also have this, which I forgot to show on the Christmas Eve on Sesame Street retrospective. This was given to me by a friend of mine. A record. Yeah, an actual LP record, Merry Christmas from Sesame Street. It's pretty cool. There's also some good Christmas carols on here, some originals. Yeah, there's I Hate Christmas by Oscar. Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas, sung by Bert and Ernie. They also did that in Christmas Eve on Sesame Street. 12 Days of Christmas is done by Cookie Monster. Hardhead Henry Harris. You guys might not know who Hardhead Henry Harris is, but he was a Muppet that's not on the show anymore, that was in a couple of skits. Prairie Dawn, Grover, Bert, Ernie, Oscar the Grouch, Big Bird, Smart Tina, another long-lost character, Harry, and Snuffleupagus. There's a Christmas pageant hosted by Prairie Dawn with Bert, Ernie, Grover, Cookie, and Harry. What else? All I Want for Christmas is My Two Front Teeth, sung by the Count. That is 1, 2, 2 front teeth! Keep Christmas With You All Through the Year. Yeah, it's, seems like a cool album. And inside of it, there's like a little picture in here. On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me one delicious cookie. There's my 2 front teeth. There's Harry crashing through the snow. Wreck the halls. You know, I'll move it around. Can't really see it all that well from where I'm standing. Oscar saying, "Bah, humbug!" Kind of makes me wonder, what kind of Christmas music do you guys like? Like, do you guys like Michael Bublé, Mariah Carey, Johnny Mathis? Who else? Backstreet Boys just put out a Christmas album recently. 98 Degrees, Boys to Men, Boney M. I just saw Boney M this week, and they did a lot of Christmas songs. But anyway, there you go. Elmo Saves Christmas, and I will see you next time for the next Nostalgia Talk Christmas bonus. So, and if you live in the States and you just celebrated Thanksgiving, we had our Thanksgiving in October. But to anyone in the States, happy belated Thanksgiving. Peace.